So, last class we have discussed about isometric drawing procedure. Once again just I am repeating before I start this few examples. So, draw the isometric box for the overall dimensions, taking length, width as well as height. Then once you finish this isometric box, this part I have covered last class. Draw the isometric lines parallel to your isometric axes. Then finish your isometric lines, then isometric plane, then draw non-isometric lines, that means mark the point along the isometric lines. So, this as I said earlier also last class, this point and this point has been marked along the isometric lines. Then you can draw non-isometric lines by joining these 2 points. Then finish your complete isometric drawing by this process. Then the slanted face is your or slanted surface is your non-isometric plane. So, linear measurements can be made on isometric lines measurements. Lines which are not parallel to the isometric axis are called non-isometric lines. Similarly, measurements cannot be made on non-isometric lines. Then last one is angles must be laid off with coordinates which are parallel to isometric axis. Up to this we have covered. Then let us start with by means of boxing method, where your origin is not an object, not necessarily origin the same point of origin you will take it, you can take origin any point. This is the object, you mark it with different coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4, then your hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F. First finish your isometric box, look at first finish your isometric box 1, 2, 3, 4 top surface, then depth directions in your 1, 2, 3, 4 top surface, mark the respective points, that is your A, B, C, D, E, F. Then join this A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, A. Then finish it off. Similarly, you do it in depth directions also. Finish your depth directions. After finishing this, join your depth directions, mark the points, because this top surface where I can visualize these points I can mark it, because back side these are all your invisibles. So, they are not necessarily to be marked, because as far as possible in the isometric drawings as well as projections, visible lines should be projected as well as drawing in the visible line should be drawn. So, mark it E prime, F prime, A prime and B prime, join corresponding lines and it has been joined. Then as well as A prime, B prime, A prime, F prime and E prime has to be joined. So, join it, then finish it up. This is your by means of, this method is called by means of boxing method. Boxing method means finish it up, make a isometric box first, finish it off at the surface, then lay down in your depth directions. This is your example 1. Now, locating points on isometric drawing. Look at this example, this is your example 2. This is your isometric drawing has to be drawn, and this is your top view and this is your front view. I mark on the top view A, B and this is C, if the same coordinate I mark it here in the isometric drawing, this is your A, B and C. Now we have taken O as your origin or the reference point in your isometric here O as well as here O. Now the moment you mark O as a reference point, now this point is your D, this is your D, this is your D. That means BD in the top view, if you look at BD in the front view, I am looking from this side, BD is merging at this point. That's why this is your D as well as B, because D point comes first, then B point. Similarly, CA, if you look at CA from the front view, C point comes first, then A point comes later. So here it will be merged. To locate a point A on an isometric drawing, take measurements from origin or a point existing on the drawing. Either you can take a point from the origin, you can choose a origin any point anywhere else, you can take this as origin, and this will be same point here as the origin, or take any point, any point existing in the drawing. Here this point has been taken as origin O. Measurements are to be made only along isometric axis or lines. The moment you do the measurements along your isometric axis or isometric lines, not necessarily you can do a measurement non-isometric planes or non-isometric lines. Now take it back with this. Now this is a distance D and B in your isometric drawing. In the top view, this is your D and B. Now B to A, this is your distance. Now come to your drawing part. This is your drawing, this is your top view, front view, this is your side view. 3 views has been given. You have to draw the isometric drawing. First finish your isometric box, then it has been finished. Number the plane you want to locate. First you number which plane you want to locate. Now the point has been made 1, 2, 3, 4. Top surface 1, 2, 3, 4. These has to be located first. Number the plane in other views. Same number in the other views you number it. If I take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4 will be lying here. Similarly 2, 3 will be lying here, right? Then in the side view also, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, because 3, 4 if I am taking it back like this, I am drawing it back here as well as here, then it is coming back, this is your 3, 4, 3, 4, this is your 1 and 2 in the side view. Locate the plane in the isometric view point by point. Consider 1 point by 1 point. Let us start with this. I have taken 0, 0, 0 with respect to width, height and depth here. Here it is a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Here it is 0, 0, 0. Then start with this point 1. Let me erase this all. We will go step by step. Point 1. Look at your point 1. This is your point 1 at the top. This is the point 1 in the front view. Now point 1, what are the coordinates? This is a point 1, point 1, point 1 in the side view. The point 1, look at here, point 1, if this is 0, 0, from here to here, what is the distance in the front view? In the front view, here to here in width direction, what is the distance? This is your 0.5 by measurement. Then in height directions, what is this? This is your height direction. What is this measurement? In height direction, it is coming about 1.5. This distance from here to here is 1.5. Here to here is your 0.5. Similarly, in depth directions is nothing but you can look at your top view. So this comes out to be 0.5. Now the point 1 coordinate is 0.5, 1.5 and 0.5. Now start with this, locate your point 1 with respect to, as we have measured here, 0.5, 1.5 and 0.5. 0.5, 1.5, 0.5. This point is your point 1 because we are looking at the first part is your, you have to number the plane you want to locate, top surface of the plane we want to locate it first. Then come to point 1 is ready, come to point 2. Point 2 similarly, this is your point 2, similarly this is your point 2, in the side view this is your point 2. Now this distance with directions, the measurement 1.5, height measurement 1.5 and depth it is your 0.5. The coordinates are 1.5, 1.5 and 0.5. From here you take it, this is your 1.5, 1.5 and 0.5. Mark the point. So the point is coming about to be point 2 here, 1.5, 1.5 and 0.5. Mark your point. Now point 2 has been marked in your box, isometric box at the top surface. Which plane we are interested? We are interested at the top plane, top part. Then go to the point 3. Point 3, this is your point 3. Now obviously this point 2 and point 3, they are aligning. That means in the width direction as well as in the height directions their distance will be same, 1.5 as well as 1.5. Only from here to here depth direction, how, what is its coordinates? Coordinate is 1. Now the reference point 3 is 1.5, 1.5 and 1 with respect to your origin or with respect to this point. We have taken this is my reference point or the origin. Then mark point 3 in your isometric box. This is my point 3. Similarly mark point 4. Point 4 coordinates are like point 1. It will be 0.5, 1.5. Then in depth direction this will be 1. Similarly mark your point 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points has been marked. Now you join 1, 2, 3, 4 points. This is your top surface of this plane, top surface of the plane. Now come to, once this is your top surface of the plane, now there is a depth direction is there. There is a depth direction is there. Once there is a 1, definitely in the depth direction there will be 1 prime as well as 2 prime, 3 prime and 4 prime. Point 1 prime, this is your 1 prime, this is here your 1 prime. Then measure this 1 prime. How far is your distance? 0.5, 2 and 0.5. 0.5, 2 and 0.5. Because the distance is 1 prime, if at the top if I am saying 1 to 1 prime, then the distance will be increased. So mark the point 1 prime, then locate it where it lies your 1 prime. This is 1 prime. Similarly mark point 4 prime. What are the coordinates? 0.5, 2 and 1. Mark here in an isometric box. Where is your 4 prime? Now you are getting a clear elevation above the top, taking into consideration of origin or the reference point here with respect to that. This is your 1 prime and this is your 4 prime. Similarly you can do it 3 prime as well as 2 prime, or you can take it very easily with these directions. If this is known, this is known, this is fixed, with respect to that you can do it your 2 prime as well as 3 prime. Finish it 2 prime, finish it your 3 prime, this is 2 prime as well as 3 prime, then finish your drawing. This is my drawing. This is my drawing of the top surface. So if you go point by point and draw your isometric box, then hardly there is a chance of any mistake. If you measure the coordinates and if you mark your isometric lines, along the isometric lines if you mark the points, then it will be very easy for constructions. Now come to the second case. Example, this is your example 2 by means of boxing method, how you are going to start it, mark it point by point in the isometric box and mark your points and draw it. Come to your second example. This is your top view and this is your front view. Imagine if this is your front view, this is your top view. One of the view has not been given, that is your side view has not been given. So there is a slanted, there is a face, there are two cutting face meeting at one point. Then how it looks like? That means this slot is continuous in the depth directions, continuous along the depth direction. Depth direction will be in these directions. To start with, number points first, critical points you mark it. So locate axis 0, 0, 0, width, height and depth, width, height, and this is your depth directions, depth direction, this is your depth, width, height and this is your depth directions. Locate each point, connect the points because there are non-isometric lines as well as non-isometric planes are there. We will come one by one. Darken the appropriate lines, that means finish top and dark your appropriate lines. Start with this origin or reference point. I start with this with respect to this, mark it here. Finish your isometric box. This is your width, this is your height, this is your depth. Finish your isometric box. I have finished isometric box. It is very easy to draw once you have a isometric grid lines. There are two types of available in the local market. There are grid lines available. If you get the grid lines, stick to the one origin. With respect to that grid lines, you can take it. Then once your isometric box has been finished, mark the points. So this is your reference or origin, this is your reference or origin. Finish your isometric box, then mark the points. Look at the point, I have marked it. 1 and 1 prime. 1 and 1 prime is nothing but in your depth directions, right? This is your width and this is your depth. This is your width and this is your height. This is your front view, this is your top view. 1 1 prime, 2 2 prime, 3 3 prime. And respectively with respect to top view, in the front view you mark where is your 1 1 prime, where is your 2 2 prime, where is your 3 and 3 prime. Once you mark it, go one by one. Locate 1 prime or 1. First you locate 1 2 3. Then accordingly in the depth direction you locate your 1 prime, 2 prime as well as 3 prime. So mark your coordinates where it lies in the width. This is your 1 2 3, then this is the distance, this is your height, this is your width. So mark your, this is your width, mark your height, mark the point 1, then similarly mark your point 2. Point 1 coordinate is 0.75 and 2. Point 1 is your, this is your 0.75 width and height is your 2.0. Point 2, this is your point 2. In point 2, width is your 1.5 and height is your 1.25. Mark it, point 2, 1.5 and height is equal to 1.25. Similarly, point 3, it is 2.25. 2.25 is your width and height is equal to 2.0. Mark this point, from here to here it is your 2.25 and here to here it is your 2.0. Because these points, why I have taken this 1 2 3, 1 2 3 looks at your front face, 1 prime, 2 prime and 3 prime it looks at the rear with respect to in depth directions. So once you mark 1, 2 and 3 points, then join. Now where it lies your point 1 prime, 2 prime and 3 prime, because side view is missing. There is no side view has been given. So mark this, that means it is in the depth directions. It is in the depth directions. Assuming that a side view has not given, only 2 view has been given, this slanted or this cutting shape is throughout to your depth directions. So I have taken superimposed, if this is my 1 and this will be my 1 prime. Similarly, if this is my 2 and this will be my 2 prime, because this is my depth directions. Depth, similarly this is the 3, this will be my 3 prime. So all the points you mark 1 prime, 2 prime and 3 prime in depth directions, then mark it 1 prime, 2 prime and 3 prime in depth direction. Finish your drawing. Finish your drawing or clear and neat and clean with a dark lines, so that object can be visible. So I am just doing this. This is my object. Let me take out how it looks. If I take out this, it is looking like this. Now you can always cross check. You can always cross check with respect to this. This is your isometric drawing. With respect to this, if I take a front view, whether this is correct or not, if I take a front view from this side, whether my front view is same or not, viewing direction. If I am looking at the top, third angle projections, whether my top view is looking like this or not. Once these are the same, whatever the view has been given, front view and top view, with respect to that your isometric views are same, that means your drawing is correct. Now similarly, locating on a non-isometric plane. These are the points earlier I have discussed, locating on isometric planes. Now next step is your locating on a non-isometric plane. Non-isometric plane means if there is a, if you look at here, this is your top, this is your side and this is your front, and this is your non-isometric lines, and circle here you have to locate it in non-isometric plane. Now what is the procedure? Locate a non-isometric plane. Locate center of the circle. Find it out where is your center of the circle. Then point 1 coordinates. Point 1 coordinates. This is my origin point with respect to that. This is your reference point with respect to that. Point 1 has been marked. Point 1 has been marked. With reference to point 1, here it has been center line has been marked. This is a center line of your point 1 has been marked, point 1 coordinates. Then next page is your center line has been marked. Once you locate your point 1, then center line here how it is there. Then next page is your mark the point 1 coordinates. Mark the point 1 coordinates in width, height as well as in depth directions. This is your height, this is your width and this is your depth. Point is your 0.5 is your W. Remember whatever I am doing it, this is your width, this is your height and this is your depth directions. So 0.5, 1.0 and 0.75. Mark it here 0.5, 1.0, then 0.75, this is your point 1. Once you do it, this is your point 1, then you can very easily plot your either ellipse or circle, very easily you can plot it. So in non-isometric planes, first you identify where is your center of the circle, that coordinate. Once again I am repeating, if I am taking out all these things, only this views has been given, this views has been given, top view, front view and side view, and in isometric view, this is your, this plane is nothing but your non-isometric plane. In non-isometric plane, this has to be drawn. Particularly non-isometric plane, it is difficult. So you have to identify what is the center of the circle acted. Once you find it out the center of the circle, then you can take the coordinates. You can take the coordinates. Once you take the coordinates, you can draw that point, and with respect to radius, you can finish your circle. Same thing which I have explained now, the coordinates has been taken into considerations. Once the coordinates is fixed, once you find it out center of the circle 1, then you find it out your coordinate. Once coordinates are there, then very easily you can locate it where this coordinate acted in non-isometric plane. Then once you get the coordinate point 1, then you can draw your circle. Another example, making isometric. If you look at here, look at this. I am just keeping now some steps. Earlier I have gone in detail, making isometric box, taking reference point, identifying points, then drawing the coordinates, identifying what are the coordinates, then taking this reference point, one by one point I am doing, then finishing it up. Now just keeping certain points, this is your top view, this is your front view, and this is your side view. So making this isometric, just going at a glance, you can try at your home by taking point by point. I am just drawing it without mentioning point by point. The coordinates I know, you can find it out. Look at here, I am doing it step by step. First I finish side view, how it looks. Exactly what it looks, I do the side view. Then what it looks at the front view, I plot it. How easy it is to do. Then finish it, how it looks in the top view. All view I finished, whatever the way it has been looked. Then I simulate one by one, in considering if this is the top view in the depth directions, if this is the front view in the depth directions, if this is the side view in the width directions, if this is the top view in the height direction, if this is the front view in the depth directions, if this is the side view in the width directions. Just going, just animation how it looks. Looked at it. How easily it has been done. How easily it has been done. You can cross check. If this is your isometric drawing or isometric view, you can take the directions. You are looking this from this direction, this is your front view. You are looking from this direction, this is your right hand side view. In third angle projection, you are looking at the top. This is your top view. Now looked at from the front view. From the front view, if I am looking at from this side, that means this and these lines, these points are merging, and this and these points are merging, this merging, this merging. Now once it is merging, how it looks? It looks one line, other line. Because I can see it, this side I am seeing, then what happened? I can see these 2 points. So here these 2 lines are there, this is there. So in this case what will happen? In this case, this point and these points is going to merge, right? Once it is going to merge, so this slanted surface will completely vanish in front view. So you are going to see only this kind of surface where it is there. So you can cross check. My meaning is that you can cross check with your isometric view whatever you are getting, whether this same view, if I am looking at the front, top and side view, whether it is converging whatever it is given to us, then your drawing is correct. Then come to the next part, circles in isometric. Circles in isometric. Circles appears as ellipse when drawn in an isometric sketch. Isometric circle, center of any arc tangent to a straight line lies on a perpendicular from the point of tangency. Once again, center of any arc tangent to a straight line lies on a perpendicular from the point of tangency. 4-center method of drawing isometric circle ellipse may be used. Box method can also be used for drawing isometric circles, that means ellipse. So these things, isometric circles and details, I will discuss in the next class. I will stop it here. Thank you.